Good morning, Free Free. Good morning, Kyle. Mr. Browning, good morning. Hey, hey, hey. There's my Hags. Check this out, you guys. Check this out. Jonathan, my scientist buddy. Billy D, check this out. Mushroom music. So I've been freaking out the last couple of days checking out mushroom music. Good morning, Alan and Derek. Give me 4 or 5 of you who are already here. Quick, quick, quick. You want me to play some mushroom music? Laura, what the heck's mushroom music? Say Pops play mushroom music. Our Queenie's giving me a thumbs up. Mushroom music, Hagee? What the heck is mushroom music? Do you guys know what mushroom music is? Well, it's the kind of music you play if you're a mushroom. Blows my mind because this is real. It's not phony. I'm reading up on it. Mushroom music. Pops will be quiet. It's 3 minutes long. It's perfect time to say good morning to each other, you little mushroom heads. Say good morning to each other, mushroom heads. That's a good one, Shy. That's a good one, Hakes. Is that real? Good morning. There's a new guy here by the name of Justice. Give him some hot dog. Give him some chocolate donuts. Chocolate donuts. Is that real? Those sounds? Do the mushrooms really make those sounds? Or do we just sort of anthropomorphize that for our own self good? There's a real answer. There's a real answer. Is that real recordings, or are they just sort of adding synthesizer and boosting it and stuff like that? Huh? It's an interpretation, Jonathan says. Okay, that's possible. Let's see what the book says. Is mushroom music a real thing? What we're hearing is electrical impulses, Larry B. We are able to now, through our technology, we're able to capture the sound of electrical impulses. So this is actual electrical impulses that are pulsing through the shroom. And even more than that, it can pulse right through a mycelium network. Why wouldn't it? What's happening in nature? There's sound out there all the time. Am I right? Do you think it's quiet out there? It's nowhere near as quiet as it is in your tubs or your bags. Is mushroom music a real thing? It's a beautiful practice of connecting and collaborating with nature. Okay? Do fungi respond to sound? If I'm pulsing sound at fungi, does it respond? Does it have any impact? We already know it's electrically, it'll make some pulses, and we can magnify those, synthesize those, play with them, and have music, mushroom music. But does pulsing any kinds of sounds at a mycelial network make a difference to said mycelial network? Is that a yes or a no? I'm not seeing very many answers. Fungi respond to sound waves in two ways. They respond via biochemical or a transducive mechanism. The biochemical response actually releases some of their compounds in them, such as melatonin in mushrooms. Transducive sounds, sometimes they're actually harming, stressing, giving injury to the mushroom. I can imagine a mushroom in the middle of a thunderstorm. What would happen to the mushroom? At the end of I'm a mushroom, I'm all happy, all of a sudden, over the top of the mountain, here comes a thunderstorm. Noise galore. After it passes by, how do I look? Am I still all sunny and I don't think so. I'm probably like, geez, I hope that one's gone by. The Secret Lives of Shrooms. But do you ever think of that, Derek? Whoever thinks of that? You think it might make them more ghastly? That's you're being scientifically smart there in a way. So if they survive that stress, are they going to be more potent? So it's like, I had to add more chemicals to myself to survive that stress. Now I'm super shroom. Could be. It could be. That's a possibility. Super shroomerize it. Terry Newman. How much is my buddy? I love Terry Newman. Is mycelium intelligent? You guys say hi to Terry Newman. Worker bee finally got here. Penny's like, I don't care if the mushroom's feeling pain as long as it's giving us gain. You're terrible, Penny. I don't want it to feel pain. I'll take a little extra less potent if it can have a happy life. I promise, it's a deal. You could be 4% less potent. Okay? Sandy, how could you forget him? He's our best friend. So I'm going to take just a teeny less. Penny's out there making it work out, putting it through thunderstorm workouts. Does mycelium, how intelligent is mycelium? Who wants the answer? Who wants to hear the answer to that one? I'd say there's 20 of you who haven't pushed the like button that you don't want to hear the answer. The other 40 of you are going to have to wait. Is mycelium intelligent? Let's just start with the idea that it's lived a whole lot longer than we have. Okay, Penny, I love you. I'm teasing you a lot. Fungi, excuse me, this is really neat. Fungal mycelia show decision making. Fungal mycelia makes decisions. The Spitzenkorpers come to a crossroads and they say, should we go left or should we go right? They decide. It isn't a rando. What actually happens is they make a decision between two of them. They come to a fork in the road and they say, you go left, I'll go right. They actually have the ability to communicate with each other, Spitzenkorpers. Wouldn't you love to know how they talk? What's left in mushroom? What's right? Almost sounding like caca. What is it? Well, you have to come up with your own language. You're like J.R. Tolkien. You have to write a mushroom language. Not one word can have more than 3 letters, though. Nothing can have, because it's a mushroom, right? It's not going to have this big, long, complicated, many-syllabic word. No. Okay? Get a tucky. It has to have just as teeny little words. That's how I imagine it. What are they saying? Oh, they're reading War and Peace. Mycelia have spatial recognition. That's it, Higgs. They just haven't developed the tongue yet. Thank God. Helps them stay impeccable. They don't have a tongue. Mycelium has spatial recognition. I'm not going to bump into you if you don't bump into me. We can run side by side, but we're not doing this. And they do it all in what language? Mushroom can't rat on you. Doesn't want to. It has spatial recognition. You know what else it has? Short-term memory. Hasn't smoked a lot of weed yet. Mycelium has short-term memory. It remembers I remember I just came from there and I'm heading right here. It can remember this much. You guys better start understanding how cool mycelium is. Yeah. Can fungi alter our minds? Can fungi alter our minds? In many ways. Yes, the answer is absolutely. Of course it can. Of course it can. in many ways. Now we tend to think of it in the psychedelic terms, therapeutic terms, but there's many things that are happening in the metabolites and other things that are just being released by mushrooms in our body that are just so incredibly good for us. If we'd have been taking mushrooms, what's the biggest what's the biggest mushroom consuming country in the world? Producing and consuming. China. China has full mushroom farms, just like and Japan too. Japan too, both China and Japan. It's an incredibly large, huge part of their diet, and it shouldn't be a mystery to us getting obese Westerners. It shouldn't be a mystery how much mushrooms supplemented into their diets have helped them. Yeah. And that's another one, Mike Barball. That's probably pretty good. I won't doubt that for a moment. I believe that it probably helps with just genetically keeping their IQs wonderful. And we're not trying to say that anybody's smarter than anybody else. But I would certainly think, if you're a mom and you're eating mushrooms, it's not going to hurt the fetus any. Give me 5 people that agree with that one. So you're a pregnant mom. You got yourself a reasonably nice mushroom diet. Do you think that's hurting baby? No way. Put the cigarettes down and pick up a button mushroom or a reishi or a lion's mane and put the psilocybin aside till the baby's born. And you can get back to that with the rest of us. So we're not want baby. I don't know, man. Your baby might come out pretty advanced, though. But let's not go there. Okay? That's just a little bit. Give me 5 people, 10. Give me 10. Give me 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Give me 10 people that liked mushroom music this morning. Right, Hags? Mushrooms are just good for you all around. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. And you know what's really good? Is learning how to grow them and learning the patience and having a community of friends that help you learn how. And share. Share what we grow and learn. That was pretty neat to listen to the music this morning. I've been reading about mushroom music. I'm like one of those goofballs that eggs, you know what I'm going to do? You know, Pops. I'm already looking for a synthesizer. I'm already looking for the clips and the correct wire. What's the right gauge for collect? Oh, I'm already looking for... What's bag number 1 sound like? Let's record bag number 1 and compare it to bag number 2's recordings. Pops and the Myco live on stage. I'm figuring it out. I can't stop. I can't stop. Okay. I had a couple of rando factos. Remember we just talked about things turning left and things turning right? That the mycelium makes those decisions in concert with one another. Hey, Spitzenkorper number 1, you go left. Aye, aye, sir, I'll go right. But they say it in small syllables. I'm reading something on my rando facto sheet that I never heard before. I don't know if it's true. I feel like following one of these guys around. This is a true story. The minute I read this, what I'm going to read to you guys, my first response internally was, I need to follow one of those guys around and find out if it's true. You guys are wondering, what's he talking about? Yeah, no, I'm reading about. Now, it could be true. I'm reading. It rings of truth, but at the same time, If I'm a driver, I might break the rule. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? Does anybody have an idea what I'm talking about? Here, let me explain. I'm reading through my randos. Which ones are going to be cool to read to you guys, and which ones are going to be like, oh, I already knew that one. How about this? Penny, UPS drivers. Just right there means all you have to know there is I'm getting in my car and I'm going to follow the next UPS driver around. Okay? Oh, but why are you doing that, Pops? I'm following him to find out if this rando facto is true. Anybody want to know what the rando facto is? You can see Pops following the UPS truck around. What do you think it is? You guys already know. You've done it. Woz did it. Mr. Phillips did it. Billy T did it too. Never heard this one before in my whole life. UPS drivers must follow a specific route that includes never turning left. Never turning left. Even though sometimes it can take longer to get to their destination, it reduces the chance of an accident, and it actually saves on fuel. Have you ever seen a UPS truck turn left? Can you save me my inspection tour? Has anybody here ever seen one turn left? D. Anderson says they turn left in front of my house every day. Carlotta, will you go with me on an inspection tour? See, is this one of those urban legends? Because a bunch of you knew before I even read it. Oh, they don't turn left. They only go right. How do you know? When was the last time you followed one? Derek Anderson has a rogue in his neighborhood. Thank you, Carlotta. Derek Anderson has a rogue UPS driver in his neighborhood that deliberately turns left. Rogue UPS driver. Shy, you're a UPS? Are you allowed to turn left? What happens? What happens? I'm freaking out now. That's why I told you when I read this rando facto, I was like, I don't know, Derek Anderson's driver doesn't. I don't know. It's faster because they can turn right on red. No, that makes sense, McHugh. And it even makes sense that they don't have to accelerate the same way as you do out of a left-hand turn. No, it makes sense. I just don't think they really do it. Sorry. I think Derek Anderson's driver is not rogue. Okay? They allow X amount of backings, and that's it. Mike, me too. Mike Baraball and I, we're like this from now on. Man, what do you do if you see one turn? Final thought. What do you do if you see one turn left? You're driving behind dude. He turns left in front of you. What do? Take down his license plate? Turn him into the UPS department? Get in front of him. And brake check him? Scream caw out the window as you drive by? I'd probably brake check dude. get in front of him, start brake checking him, and he'd be like, "Don't turn left," something like that. What do you do? I don't want to report him, but I want him to know that I know the difference between left and right. Did you ever want to know what the FBI knows about you? Did you ever want to know? Are you on one of their watch lists? Do they have a file on you? Did you ever want to cobalt? Hell no, I don't want to know. You don't want to know? Since you were 18 years old, there's a file on you and you didn't know it. Maybe it's even better if you knew that there was no file at all. Which do you want? Would you like to know the last investigation they had on you? When was the last time they had a court order to tap your phones? Would you like to have that information? Or you just, if they've got one and you hear a clicking noise, you don't want to know about it? Which one? Did you know that it's as simple as writing a letter to the FBI, and by law, they have to send you everything they have on file about you? All you have to do is request it. They're not allowed to keep their file on you secret. I feel like there's going to be about 80 people writing letters today. Now, it might wake up the dragon. I don't know. It might kick the dog. I don't know. Hey, what do you know about me? Well, I don't know, but what should we know? Okay? Hanks, give me a favor. All you had to do is write them a letter. Okay? Next thing you know, boop, they send you a piece of paper with everything on it. And or nothing, whatever. By law. That's a good law. I appreciate that law. Thank you. Okay. Anybody ever want to sit on a sea turtle? Eggs is the first stamp. Eggs, give me one too. Kim, that's me. I don't want to send them a letter because even if they have something, I hope it's old. It's got to be kind of old. No, not really. Could be pretty fresh, couldn't it? Let me think about that for a second. No, I should know. I should know. How about this one? Who's ever wanted to sit on a sea turtle? Like, just random desire. Hey, that'd be kind of neat, sit on a sea turtle. Huh? Yes, I'm not sure, Pop. Where are you going with this one, Pops? Where are you going? Carlotta wants to ride one. Carlotta's saying, could we have races? Whiskey's saying, never. Whiskey's like, leave the turtle alone. Justice is new here, and he's saying, have justice for the turtle. Okay? Guess what? Matthew Seliger knows that riding sea turtles tickle. Matthew, where are you, in Australia? Wait. Did you know? If you see me riding my turtle, mind your own business. Riding a sea turtle. My goodness. It tickles. Okay. How about this, though? Sitting on a sea turtle is considered a third-degree felony in the United States. Carlotta, I'm gonna have to bail you out. Matthew. Matthew says, leave me in here. Just tickle me some more. Like, what? You're not. You're not. Carlotta, leave the turtle alone. That's like third degree. Isn't that like child? Isn't that something doing something to children? Oh God! I'm sorry, man. Carlotta, of all people, I picture her riding the sea turtle. And Sandy, Pops, we gotta bail her out. Pops, we gotta. No, leave her in there and let her learn her lesson. Okay, you know how you always leave someone in jail so they learn their lesson? No, sea turtle. Okay. I've told her, Sandy says. I've told her 1,000,000 times. I don't know why that's so funny. It's funny. Carlotta's in jail. Why? The whole community's in an uproar. Oh no, like why? Go fund me. Oh gosh. Okay. All right, new one. Okay, new rando. This is why I like rando factos. Rando factos get down to the, hey, what's really going on out there? Okay. Kimberly thinks it's a children's book. Carlotta and the Sea Turtle. There on the cover is a picture of Carlotta in jail. A little cartoon Carlotta. The sea turtle's in another cell next to her. Like, oh gosh darn it. Okay. I need to move on to the next one because it's really creepy. This one creeped me out. Okay. Let's move on. Carlotta, somebody send me a picture of Carlotta in jail with a sea turtle. Oh gosh darn, that's funny. Okay, here we go. New subject. I don't know how I can move on. New subject. Does anybody eat, just get ready. I didn't know this one. I kind of believe it. Okay, so, how do I bring this up? Especially if some of you went there yesterday or recently. Oh, I know, Carlotta, I want a turtle too. But not a sea turtle. Let's agree we don't get a sea turtle. I don't want a turtle, I want a tortoise. Right? Turtle has to always have the water around. I want like a ground guy. Carlotta and I, no joke, Carlotta and I have talked about this a number of times. We almost went to a pet store the other, one of her visits here. We're looking for a tortoise. We'd love to get a tortoise. Like, my friend down at Dinosoil has a rescue farm for tortoises. It's like people get tortoises, move, whatever, they can't keep it, whatever. He's got these beautiful, beautiful tortoises down there. I love tortoise. Well, isn't tortoise like, can't they live 150, 170 years? Just like if you get a tortoise, you better have about 8 generations behind you ready to. Yeah, that's it. Twisted Tree, Streety. Twisted Tree. Such good guys down there. And they've been in the biz for a long time. They shoot square shooters. I like guys like that, guys like me. We've been around. We've been around. Haven't let the people down. Solid reputation. And that guy's like built a whole industry for himself. As a matter of fact, speaking of that, I was looking yesterday, just yesterday, looking at, and this is like a whisper to you guys, some of you that are just like, what's the financial futures in mushrooms and things like that? There's a couple of Canadian companies that are worth looking at and investing in because they're pushing the edge on synthetic mushrooms. Now, when I say it that way, it's not a bad thing. What they've done is they were able to isolate the compounds, and in a laboratory setting, after coming out with all of the natural ingredients, they're able to synthesize those same compounds, mass produce, and come up with doses. And these doses they're able to, in the laboratory settings, they're able to actually quantify how much is in each dose versus what we do here. At the homegrown level, we can't make those laboratory corrections and make it like that. Now, why is it important? These guys are already setting the stage because they see the future. We already have 2 or 3 states that are, one for sure, totally legal to have therapies, prescription-based therapies. It's rampant through Europe. We don't even, because we're here in the United States, we don't see the European news. But this is a Canadian company that's working through the United Kingdom. And just a small little hint, Pops has been part of that farm. Where does most of Pops' stuff go? Laboratories that need the raw materials to test with and against. So all of this is going on, okay? You know what? It hit me yesterday. It hit me from an offer coming to us. It's one of the biggest, smartest, perhaps, for a time. The cocoa coir industry. There's a couple of big, huge shipping companies that are bringing in the cocoa coir from around the world, mostly the Pacific and Pan-Asian countries. And the unfortunate part of the story is they are sort of stripping it dry. It is a renewable resource, cocoa coir, but they can't renew it at the rate that they're stripping it, okay? Because it's now the go-to ingredient in almost anything that any indoor growing is doing. And a lot of growing, not just shrooms that we do, but all of your mushroom farm, all of your shroom farms, all these big, huge indoor grows, micro farmers, that's becoming huge. A lot of the home stuff, it just, one of the biggest, hugest things that is necessary. It's like if we're gold miners, who made the money when they were making gold, when there was a gold strike? 1 to 5% of the miners that went out, bought all the supplies, and went out and dug through all the rubble and panned for gold, came home rich. Derek Anderson knows the guy that made the money was the guy selling the shovels. You always want to be in the shovel business, the Levi business. That's right. I'd even stay away from the one Sandy just mentioned, even though it was lucrative. There was a lot of violence involved. When you're just a supplier, they're not really killing you to buy a shovel from you. Okay? You want to be in the supply business. You want to be in the hardware business. You want to be the guy selling the bullets. You want to be the guy selling the pans. Okay? And ultimately what happens with them gets regulated, and they decide you can't use a bullet this way and you can't use a pan that way, but that's not the supplier's responsibility. I don't know where I'm rambling, and I apologize. Supplies. Here I'm reading. So, a quick thought. Do some research, look into it. Find yourself some of these cocoa coir companies and buy one or two little pieces of stock in one. And then be prepared to sell it in about 4 to 5 years. It's not going to be a long-term investment. Okay? It'll be a short-term investment, but you'll watch. Boop! You're going to get this big, huge spike. And then you'll want to get out of the way, because they'll either start coming up with other solutions, or there'll be a big dip in your market. Good morning, Christopher. I see you out there. Exceptions, young man. We see you, Christopher. Lucky little dog off of school. I bet you Christopher didn't know this. Subway was once tested by researchers at the Trent University in Ontario, Canada. That's how I got off on the tangent. Canadian companies doing research and testing. Canadian companies. So they get a hold of some Subway sandwiches. They pulled the chicken out of the Subway sandwiches, and they tested that less than 50% of the chicken had the DNA of a chicken. The other 50% plus was soy filler. I mean, I don't mind soy, but I wish they'd tell me I'm getting a soy sandwich. What a ripoff. So, we all remember Blockbuster. I used to love Blockbuster. Love Blockbuster. It was like a social thing. On the way home from work, pull into the Blockbuster parking lot, go in and peruse your videos, pull it out, read the box, put it back in. This is the Western aisle. Here's the science fiction aisle. Like this, it was just wonderful. I still have a Car2 whiskey in my car and my wallet at the back. Blue and gold thing. It was great. And there was always a cute little girl at the counter that would check you out, and it was divine to rewind, right? I kind of miss it. And then all of a sudden started showing up, as you guys well know, on the corner of certain gas stations and liquor stores were like these little red boxes, and you could go up to the little red box and get something out. And I was like, I don't like the red box. The red box didn't give me the same, I'm going video, it just didn't give me the same feel. I have to be honest. I was like, I kind of like let me just go. I hated, because I was terrible at bringing back the videos. Terrible at it. My videos would click, click, click. Your video should cost you like $4. You turn it in, it's $44. And you know you're going to do it again. It was like, how many overdraft fees did I pay on videos? Oh my God. 3 or 4 times I'm like, can I just buy the video? Yeah, sir. I think it would make more sense for 19.99 if you just bought it. Now I have a stack of videos at home that I've watched that I don't want. You know what I'm talking about? Blockbuster. Why am I talking about Blockbuster? Good old days. Then another company comes along, and then Redbox. Pfft, didn't care about Redbox. It didn't do anything for me. Whiskey. We had the separate rewinder too, because for a while there, especially because I was like, working with groups of people, I was like, it's divine to rewind. Don't make those people do your job, not your job, but it's an appropriate task. I made a big deal about it, rewinding tapes. You know what I mean? And then I had to set my own example. And then you bring it back and when you set it on the counter, you make sure that they notice that it's rewound. Oh, yeah, that's right. I always rewind. Little do they, but I'm also 47 days overdue. But no, I rewound it. Okay? You guys remember all about rewinding. And it's holy if you rewind and you're like, seriously, almost like having a Satan mass if you turn it in without rewinding it. Okay? Oh. Wouldn't it for say? Anyways, then along comes the Netflix guy. I paid so many fees to that place, me too, exception. I was very undisciplined on my returns. It was very undisciplined. Sir, you can't rent anymore. You have 42 of them at home. You haven't turned back in. I'm like, okay, I'll go home and get them. I'll be right back. Like you're in there trying to rent more and you got 42 of them at home that haven't been turned back in yet. And unless they say anything, I'll just keep getting more. I'm that guy. Okay? That's true, Cleanie. Why can't I bring them back while I'm going there to get more? No. No, I got a stack of them back there. Okay? Hank's paid enough to own 2 franchises. I love that I'm not alone. Thank goodness. Blockbuster, we love it. We're sitting here laughing at what idiots. Oh, we were such idiots. Oh, I'm broke. How about you? Yeah, me too. Best thing that ever happened was that place shutting down. Okay? So anyways, the red box comes along. I don't think they did very good. They sure didn't mean anything to me. But then, Netflix pop. Here comes Netflix. And they're like, what? I don't have to leave home. And I don't have to pay overdrafts. And I can get rid of my little rewind machine. It doesn't need to take up dust space on the counter anymore. Here comes Netflix. Little known fact. John Antioco, the CEO of Blockbuster in the 1990s, literally laughed in the face of Reed Hastings when Reed Hastings offered to form a partnership with him. Reed Hastings' company was Netflix. Netflix comes along, hey, we'll go in with you. You want I rewind. I'm the king of rewinders. 10 years later, we have cards in our wallets that mean nothing. That's pretty crazy. still has Netflix video. That's right. Amara! There's Amara. That's right. They did start out sending them to us in the little red envelope sleeves, right? Good stuff. Thank you for going along with me. Again, here we go. Didn't have time for Michael's stuff, but I don't care. We had other fun, especially somebody needs to be a cartoonist. I need a cartoonist rendition. I mean, I really need this of Carlotta and her sea turtle spending time for their 3rd-degree felony. Okay? If anybody can find that picture, Carlotta and her sea turtle spending time for her 3rd-degree felony anywhere in the United States, it would have been one. Please send that picture to us. Okay? Okay, the last Blockbuster. So, Lotta and a turtle just doing time. What is Cool Hand? You guys saw the movie Cool Hand Luke? You know where I'm going with this. Yeah, the turtle got arrested because it was a, what do they call it? A co-conspirator. You think a turtle would have let Carlotta sit on it if it didn't have a choice? If it didn't have a choice? It was like, yeah, come on, man. Yeah. Come on. Come on. It was totally in on it. At least I can make the case for it. That turtle's going down. Matter of fact, the turtle may take the whole rap. Let Carlotta off a little bit. Okay? You know, you can transcend the dream of hell. We've transcended a lot of problems and just issues and stuff just by sitting here this morning and laughing. Being goofy, silly, but fun. And together. It's almost a spell that we've put on each other this morning. That's how I'm feeling. I'm like this really calm, cool spell right now. I wish I could sit here and read about 15 more rando factos that I have. I read them and oh God, this is a good one. And then I want to read them to you guys. And then I look up and the time's flown by so fast. And where did it go? And then you know what else? I look at this month. We're on the 31st day of this month. This month, I don't know about you guys, but for me, this month has been the fastest month of my life. Like blink, and it was gone. Blink. I haven't had this fast a month before. Is that weird? I thought about it last night because I knew 31st is coming. Most months don't even have a 31 in them. Even with the extra day. This is still the shortest month I've ever had. I asked myself why. Saturday, I really did this with some introspection last night. I asked myself why. And this was the truth, the honest truth that I came up with. Because I didn't have a lot of conflicts this month. There wasn't anything really stressing me out. There wasn't anything like, oh, I can't, it's going to be terrible. Nothing I wasn't looking forward to that was like, you know, on my radar screen, the horizon's not looking, or, you know, I just screwed this guy over and he might find me, or there was just like nothing. It had just been, you just grease the wheels of your life by being just smooth, right, whiskey? Like you, just a smooth shot of whiskey. this month went down so smooth. Does that make sense to anybody out there? Anybody else have a super smooth month? Don't say yes if you haven't. But if you have, look at it. Even with Billy D, even spending a week in jail. A hospital. It's been a really smooth month. Cleany says, a little rough, that's okay. Fakey says it was fast, but I didn't say it was smooth. A lot of you said it was fast, but not smooth. That's interesting. For some reason, my brain's like fast and smooth go together, but they could be separate for 100%. I like that. I like you guys are even looking at it. If you look back at the part that wasn't smooth, even as fast as it's gone, is there something you could have done to make it smoother? Sometimes no. Man, you're on a corrugated road, you're on a back road, there's no pavement, there's just a dirt clod road, you just got to drive through it. Did you make the wrong turn? Could you have stayed on a smooth road and you kind of, I took a bad U-turn? We're not going to spend a lot of time thinking about it because that's the past. But you had the power. Nobody came along in a helicopter, picked you up, and dropped you in the desert. Or on a prickly pine. Didn't happen. Even if you got dropped out of a helicopter onto a prickly pine, I would say that you somehow or another willingly got in a helicopter. If not, the helicopter driver guy should be in jail. We transcend this crappy life, this crappy world. We make it smoother. It gets faster when we are impeccable with our word. When you don't have any drama. You're not leaving any chaos behind. I'm not going to be political. Could you imagine waking up inside Trump's head every day? I don't even know which courtroom I'm supposed to be in today, let alone which campaign stop. Let alone what am I going to say? Let alone what am I going to do this time? My head would be a ping pong ball. I was just like, that is so much drama. 90% self-made. That's like the king of it. That's where I go with it. I feel bad for the situation. Even at at 80 years old, he still gets up and he's like, he's got a lot of energy. There's no question about it. But I look at that and I think there's a dream of hell there. I think there's a dream of hell there. Stimulants and tanning beds and orange skin dye. I'm not being political. I'm just what we're allowed to do, not judge. But you can be a fruit inspector. You can be a fruit inspector. What does that mean? Well, I can tell if you're an apple tree by looking at your fruit. Big old apple tree, teeny little apple tree, skinny apple tree, well-producing apple tree. Apple tree that still is learning how to produce. Apple tree that has been struck by lightning and it's dying. Orange tree. Oh, I see your tangerine tree. So that's it. I do look. I do observe. I can't make a whole lot of judgment because I wasn't there when the lightning bolt hit the tree. I just see the scrag and it looks like, well, it looked like lightning hit it. What a hell of a light that tree had. I just look at it. That isn't the tree I want to be. So when I'm making judgments, we're understanding what it really looks like. You can transcend the dream of hell just by making an agreement to be impeccable with your word. Right now, I'm planting that seed in your mind. Whether or not the seed grows depends on how fertile your mind is for the seeds of love right now. It's up to you to make this agreement with yourself. I am impeccable with my word. Nurture this seed. And as it grows in your mind, it will generate more seeds of love to replace those seeds of fear and the dreams of hell. The first agreement will change the kind of seeds your mind is fertile for. Be impeccable with your word. This is the first agreement. It's the one that you need to make to be free. If you want to be happy, if you want to transcend a level of existence that we here live, it's very powerful. Use the word in a correct way. Use the word to share your love. Use positive magic, beginning with yourself. Tell yourself how wonderful you are, how great you are. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. Use the word to break all those teeny tiny agreements that make you suffer. It's possible. This is very possible. This isn't some weird dream or psychobabble. I know, because I'm doing it. I mean that. Some of you that knew me 3 or 4 years ago, whoa, different man. I certainly see a different man in my mirror. I certainly learned how to use the words. And we're exactly the same. I'm not a better person than you. I come from a lot of worse places. I've shared them with you. Done and been some of these most outlandish things. And I tell them to you for a purpose. Perspective. We all have the same kind of brain. We all have the same kind of bodies. We're all human. We all started with the same programs in our Western civilization. Some of us in our same religions. Some of us in our same schools. If I'm able to break those agreements, and I'm able to create new agreements, then so are you. I'm not being hypocritical. I try so hard. That's the biggest thing I fear, is to be the hypocrite I used to be. I am not holding myself up and telling you to do something I'm not trying to do. If I can be impeccable or practice it, why not you? Just this one agreement will change our whole life. Impeccability of the word leads to personal freedom. I don't know anybody anything. Did you know that? There isn't one person here, 20,100 plus, banks, automobile companies, fishing pole man. There isn't a entity on the planet that I owe something to. Free and clear. Anything that I do is not done out of obligation. I have a few obligations in the whole world. The utilities it takes to keep my two places on, and taxes. That's it. It took engineering of my life to get here. You don't wake up wake up one night and there you are. You engineer your life to get there. It started with no longer being a hypocrite. It started with being impeccable. First with myself. The day I said, I don't want to go to the gym this morning, and I rolled over and I went to bed, that wasn't my impeccable day. So I had to stop doing those. The day I said, well, I'll make my tubs tomorrow, that wasn't impeccable. I had to stop doing those. I had to start doing what I said I was going to do. And you guys, I bragged, I told you. It tells me it's okay to do. Tell me how wonderful, tell yourself how wonderful you are, how great you are. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. That's hard to do. That's not what I was taught to do. I was taught to sit, humbly, jumbly, bumbly, poo. And you want to be humble. You don't want to be filled with hubris. But you got to acknowledge your accomplishments. That's why it's okay when I tell you, and then a website, and then a book, and then 20,000.1, and then this coming up, and then that company looking for me, and then just keep doing it. Keep practicing. You change your world. Just imagine what you can create with the impeccability of your world, of your word. It does Higgs. It feels creepy to hype yourself. You're supposed to. My brain needs to hear it to grow. It helps my brain be fertile for more growth. If I can't plant fertility in my own brain, what am I supposed to wait for? Higgs to come along and do it? With the impeccability of a word, we transcend the dream of fear and we live a different life. You can live in heaven in the middle of 1,000 people living in hell. Because you're immune to hell. I told you yesterday, we're Teflon, baby. We're immune. Of all of the powers, special powers, I've always wanted this one. So what do you want? Do you want to be X-ray vision? For a while, yeah, I couldn't wait. I'm 14. Of course I want to look under ladies' clothes. Give me X-ray vision. After all, X-ray vision, nah, I don't really care. Flying, yeah, flying. That would be kind of cool, but I wouldn't know where I would land all the time. And, am I going to go through the rain? And that's good. Of all of the superpowers, you know which one I want the most? The power of invisibility. That would be my favorite choice. I would want to be invisible or have the power. Turn it off, click, turn it on. That would be my favorite. One of the reasons is I'd be immune to a lot of stuff. Of course, I'd also be able to take advantage of a lot of stuff, but if I'm impeccably invisible, woo! I'm invisible to chaos. Invisible to it. I claim that superpower. I'm completely invisible to chaos. They can't find me. You can attain the kingdom of heaven with one agreement. Be impeccable with your word. Tomorrow, we will pick it up with the second agreement. We've just finished the first agreement. Tomorrow we'll be on page 47 if you feel like doing some homework and reading ahead. I love what you guys are allowing me to do, because as I'm screaming and yelling out loud, my brain's hearing everything before you guys even hear it. It's resonating in here, and I get to go practice everything I preached today. After having a glorious, fun morning with you guys. What a fun morning, walking through all the fun stuff that we did. Carlotta, I hope that if you really do need to be bailed out, you reach out to Pops. I can Western Union you the money, like immediately. You let me know, okay? You guys, we will get some more people qualified for wins and spins, but it's been kind of fun this week that we're not here for just prizes, even though we'll do that. We're here to change our lives. We're here to get that jump start on the morning. You just went to the gym. Let's go get good. Have a great day, kids. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks again for being here, and thanks for being my friend. There's Amanda Melton, an exception. And Christopher, hello, Christopher. Goodbye, Christopher. Anthony and Michael and Sandy, get to work. And Carlotta, thanks for letting me tease you this morning. Nerdy and Married Michael, there you are. And Kimberly, be kind and rewind. Kyle Browning, Carlotta, thank you. I expect that I should be. Love, Sling Love, Amanda and Ghastly. Ghastly heading over to Discord. DBS and Cobalt and Larry B. and Satter Wolf and Matt and Penny Pack. Penny, you have a wonderful day. There's Eve on pause. Hi, Eve. Billy D, and It's All Fake, and Cleany, and Mike Butterball. And Jonathan K, you're welcome as always. Ghastly and Hags. Hags, have a beautiful day, my good friend. Whiskey, I took my shot this morning. Jesus Christ. James C, thank you. Nipper Mama Bud, Pilar, Carlotta, Evan McHugh, shooting the Q. Summer wheat, every season. Every season is summer wheat. Jesus Christ and Derek Anderson, thank you, brother. Eve and R&R and Nerdy and Jimmy Max, all the way to the max. Crystal Watson, Pari Kaur, hello Pari, Larry B, Ghastly, Mike Butterball, Carlotta, Justin, it's okay to be a Med Rosie, Laura, have a divine day, Michael Brown, all the way down, Anthony Big Man Thornton, Kyle, free, there you are. And hello to Carrie. Jeffrey all the way in New Zealand. Love that man. Jesus Christ and Shy and Jimmy and Happy Dirt Dude and Carlotta Hair Care. there. And Pari Shalom, MDK, Michael, Shanti, Jesus Christ, exception. Yelled it from the other room. That's all we wanted to hear. City Streety, 5280. It was going to be for half the day, but then 5280 came along and it was all day. Jesus Christ in Australia, King Metro, Mike Barabal, Brian is a pool man for a while. Saska Mojo Pilar, Pari and Jimmy Max and Reddy Boy, and Pari and Waz, and Herbie and Saturn and Anthony, Mike and Anthony, and Michael Allen, Jesus Christ and Pilar and Tiffany. Boy, is she cute. Jesus Christ, Daniel Cunningham, Pops, peace, love, kindness, impeccability. Enjoy your day.